So, while the Jets are getting ready for Aaron Rodgers to be their quarterback, I decided, let's go back in time. And Rodgers can sit on the bench, and instead of Rodgers starting, we got Joe Namath. That's right, Broadway Joe. The man, the myth, the legend. The man who brought New York their only Super Bowl win. Well, okay, New York Jets. And also, technically, Roethlisberger, New Jersey. Nonetheless, though, we're adding Joe Namath to the 2024 New York Jets. And this New York Jets squad should be pretty good, as they do have Tyron Smith at left tackle now to protect the blind side. He also drafted Fasano in the first round. So let's just see how this goes. First game, 49ers. I swear the NFL did them zero favors giving them the 49ers the first week of the season. But Joe Namath wins, so it doesn't matter. In the end here, it looks like the 49ers were not able to take down the great Broadway Joe. Second game, they win. Okay. Now, many franchises the New York Jets usually are very successful. I feel like it's just because, reality-wise, they have a great roster. And if you add a great quarterback to a great roster, well, what do you know? You're going to be a very successful team. That's just kind of, how it works. The perfect formula to be a successful team is have a good roster and a great quarterback. So far, it looks like that is happening as they are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers here. And let's see how this Steelers game goes. They win again. They play the 2-5 New England Patriots, this time in New England. They destroy them. They play the 5-3 Houston Texans. And how's this going to go? They're going to win that game as well. So now, currently, they're 7-2, tied with the Buffalo Bills. So, having a fantastic season. Broadway Joe, 20 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2,000 yards. Breece Hall, 625 yards. Okay, so again, getting the job done pretty well. My question is, though, where are they on the MVP race? So right now, Broadway Joe is number 3. So I have not had, when I've done these videos, I've not had any of my quarterbacks in these videos hit MVP. This might be our first chance to get MVP. So we got a Colts game here. See how this goes. Okay, win that game. Going into our bye week, we're 8-3, but also the Bills are 8-3. How are the Bills the same record as us? Alright, we lose to the Seahawks. We play the Dolphins in Miami. Tough place to play. They lose that game. Jets, do not be the typical Jets here. Do not start to collapse. Oh my gosh. They were the best, one of the best teams in the league. And now we're collapsing. 3 games in a row loss. And you got to play these 3 guys left. 3 teams that do very well in Madden simulation. Alright, just beat the Rams. Just beat the Rams. Thank you. Because you're probably going to lose to this team in Buffalo. Nonetheless, they won. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Whatever the word is. And now they play the Dolphins. And they lose to the Dolphins. And they missed the playoffs because they lost to the Dolphins. They literally missed the playoffs because they lost to the Dolphins. And they went 10-7. You can't make that one up. You can't make that one up, Jets. How? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2-4, and you're ending part of your season after your bye week. And you go from a playoff team to losing and not making the playoffs. What was the Bengals? Because that means that the Bengals had to be above 10-7, right? So the Bengals, yeah, they were above 10-7. Well, I guess technically they were 10-7, so they won the tiebreaker. That's pretty much what this comes down to. The Dolphins also missed it. I didn't realize that. So Dolphins missed it. The Browns missed it. 10-7. That's what I'm saying. This year is going to be an interesting year because there's so many good teams that could easily miss the playoffs to 10-7. 10-7 is no longer a guaranteed playoff berth. I feel like over the years it's been so guaranteed. You get 10 wins, you're going to make the playoffs. Like that's pretty much guaranteed. That's not the case anymore. You could win, 10 games, but with how good the league is, it's not going to happen. And also, 314 yards for Joe Namath. Nice. Receiving, did not hit any receivers with 1,000 yards, which is kind of disappointing. Sauce Gardner led there. And then for MVP, he came in 6th. Which, again, not making the playoffs doesn't really impact too much when it comes to MVP. When Madden MVP. In real life MVP, kind of does. But in Madden, doesn't really impact much. If you don't make the Super Bowl or you don't make the playoffs in Madden, it really is just the regular season. I mean, this is not... In real life, you have people who vote. This is just simply, a video game looking based on stats and trying to compare it like that. I don't even think they go off record when it comes to MVP because I've seen teams do absolutely horrendous and their quarterback win MVP when it's like, how? But it's like because his stats were good and blah, blah, blah. So, Cowboys win the Super Bowl. 15-2 versus 14-3. I'll give the credit that this was at least a good Super Bowl. That's not saying much. Okay, my controller just stopped working. Not sure why, but league history. Joe Namath did not even come in any category here. Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs, Mike McCarthy, CeeDee Lamb, Max Crosby, obviously Caleb Williams, which wins every single Rookie of the Year award in every single franchise I do. Teron Arnold, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Dak Prescott MVP, and so on and so on. So, kind of disappointed, not really surprised at the same time. I don't know why Jets end up being the Jets. But again, this division this year also is going to be absolutely insane. You got the Bills, who are going to be a great team, the Dolphins a great team, the Jets a great team. And once the Patriots get this rebuild going on, that AFC East is about to become the AFC North with how competitive it gets. Peace out, guys.